So we're talking Fear the Walking Dead. Wrath. Spoiler review. So this was the season finale, 2-hour season finale of Fear the Walking Dead. And I was entertained. I thought it was a well-rounded episode. I thought there was a lot of intense moments in there. I mean, not too intense where you're like, oh shit. Well, some moments here and there, but I thought overall how the 2 hour episode was, it kind of went by pretty well. I thought the pacing was really good. I thought I never felt bored or tired like in other Fear the Walking Dead, most of the Fear the Walking Dead episodes. But with this particular season finale, I thought it wrapped up quite nicely. However, going into spoiler territory, here we go. Not too many deaths in this series. I mean, we had Chris dying, or we found out Chris died from the two guys he was with. Travis, they end up at the hotel where Madison was, and Victor and all them stuff, all them, and then Travis is there, and then he gets a spot, and then he finds out the truth that basically Chris was driving and they got in a wreck and he hurt himself and he couldn't continue on, so they put him down. And Travis just literally just beats the shit out of these two kids, which I thought they should have died a long time ago, honestly. Beats them to death, basically. Beats them to death. Now, Chris's demise, we didn't see a body, but it really kind of felt like he is gone. That character is done. If he isn't done, that's going to be kind of crazy. I thought they were going to, if he was still alive, they were going to show him at the end of the episode. But I'm pretty sure he's gone. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. I mean, look at the transformation Chris has, what he has become. He was becoming, I remember seeing Trev Chan's video, and it had the saying, like, is Chris, have the views as Shane. And it was kind of crazy because when I watched that episode, I was thinking, a little bit of Shane and Chris, but there was differences. There was differences between Chris and Shane, where Shane as a character in The Walking Dead, at least the TV show, not the comic books, the TV show, you thought most of the time, not most of the time, but sometimes you thought, he was right. He was right and Rick was wrong. And if you saw what Rick is doing these past seasons, it's kind of what Shane was saying all those seasons ago. But with Chris, it's like he definitely has no humanity. He was pretty much he didn't realize that he was stronger with his father. He wanted to be out on his own. He was just too immature. He wasn't experienced enough. Where Shane was experienced because he was a sheriff. But yeah, Chris's demise was his own damn fault, and Travis tried over and over and tried to teach him over and over again, and Chris didn't want to listen, and he thought he knew what was right, but was he wrong? So yeah, I mean, it was a good episode though, for the fact that we had. I think what really entertained me was definitely, I know overall everything kind of entertained me. There was a lot of, especially when Travis was beating the shit out of the kids, and then he knocks the one brother unconscious, and then the brothers had to put him down. They try to save him, they had to put him down, and then there's that little conflict. There was one particular scene though, when the guy, the doctor, had the gun on Travis. Like, it went so fast. That was a weird cut. It went so fast. I'm assuming Madison stabbed him. It was weird. It was a weird ass cut. It was very quick, and I kind of turned my head a little bit, and then I went back, and it was just super quick. So I'm assuming Madison stabbed that guy to death. So I don't know. The whole situation with Nick. Listen. One of the characters, the brand new characters I really like in Fear the Walking Dead is Luciana. Luciana is sexy as hell. Okay, she's got eye candy. All right, let's not lie here, people. But not only that, she is an overall very strong, independent kind of woman. That's the kind of female character I think a lot of people could really get behind. I mean, she believes in her beliefs. She doesn't let Nick kind of stray her. I mean, she stuck to her guns towards the end. Of course, she listened to reason. She listened to reason where she couldn't stay there. The people couldn't stay there. But Nick, I think, learned a valuable lesson where, yeah, I was thinking the whole episode, he's right. You have to move from place to place to place. Of course, from The Walking Dead, that's is a little bit different. But with their situation, yeah, you got to move place to place to place. Or you could fight. I mean, it's very simple to beat those guys. I thought they would have more guys and manpower, but there was only a little bit. They could have trapped them in that damn bus. So I don't understand how Nick didn't. I thought he was coming up with a plan, but I guess somewhat, a little bit, but it was kind of stupid ass plan, honestly. I mean, they could have still had the city and they still could have wiped these guys out, kind of if they used their brain. But enough of that. Pretty much, Nick at the end, he leads them to kind of the border, or going north, and they get ambushed. Man, they get ambushed. They get shot up. I don't know if it's just. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's just basically these guys making sure these people are not a threat, but they could be enemies as well. Like, they could be like straight out villains where they don't give a shit and they take what they want. They could be like, Negan saviors. But yeah, I really did think that was a stupid ass plan towards the end, and they could have easily taken out those guys without going anywhere. I mean, because there wasn't a lot of manpower there. It was ridiculous. Like, they could have used those walkers in a different way than what they did, especially with the guy going out, moving the bus and everything. So there's that. Alicia I think her character has gotten a little bit better. I don't know if she's going to be pushed to the side a little bit once Nick gets reunited with Madison, because Nick didn't die at the end of this episode. Luciana didn't die either, so they're coming back. They're going to be alive next season for sure. And I don't think they would kill off Nick because he's like the most interesting character out of these characters. Now, the one question is the reunion. The talk that Madison and Travis had, how, she did bad things and he's done bad things and they got to continue to do bad things. I mean, that opens the door for a little bit more interest in the two, but honestly, if they still died, I wouldn't really care. I mean, there was a gun pointed at Travis in this episode and I didn't give really shit if he died or not. But I will say Travis has grown on me a little bit, especially these couple of episodes, especially when he's just trying to convince his son, and Chris did not listen, and that's what happened to Chris. The motherfucker's dead. All right. But also Strand, Victor helping out Madison and everybody. That was cool. What's happens to Victor? Do they know he's going to probably be involved with it? We don't know what's going to happen to Victor. I don't think he's definitely not dead. I mean, if he was going to die, he was going to die in the season finale, but he's not dead. He just stayed behind. So what's going to happen in that scenario? But overall, there was a lot of things, a lot of closing of the season 2 where once again Madison's reunited with Travis, and then Alicia, and they're gone. They had to move on. This episode really hit the moving on aspect, to trying to find a better place, trying to find a home, trying to reunite. There was a lot of just family and just a place called home type scenario here, and it just didn't really end too well for our characters, and it was kind of predictable though. I kind of knew that they were going to shoot at Nick and all them. I'm glad my girl Luciana is still alive, but overall it was I thought it was a pretty good episode. I thought it was a pretty good season finale. I thought it was a great way to wrap up season 2 for what it was. I think Fear the Walking Dead has gotten better, but that's not saying too much. I think a lot of times it's boring. These characters the dialogue's just not there. There's not really a leading man or a leading woman in this show. I think the newer characters are getting a little bit more interesting. I think Nick is still the most interesting out of all the characters are the main cast, of course with Victor as well, but Victor could ham that shit up sometimes with his acting. I'm just saying. That the music was used, okay, just like The Walking Dead, of course, it's Fear the Walking Dead. I'm interested to see where they go for season 3, because in season 2 we got a little bit of the ocean, you got the yacht, and then we got Mexico, Mexican people getting some work. So where does season 3 go? Where is the season 3 start really, really showcasing a lot of the just what we're seeing somewhat in The Walking Dead, where it started off where this band, they try to survive, Rick and the group and stuff, and then it's it's war. It's war after another. It's one war, and then there's the next war, and then there's people who want to kill him. There's people who want to eat him. I mean, I think Fear the Walking Dead, the problem with Fear the Walking Dead that they have to do, and I feel, this is what happens when you do a prequel somewhat, is you have to make something fresh. You have to do something fresh. You have to do something that they haven't seen before. Or they use the blood. They use the blood that when Glenn and Rick did, but they use it to their advantage. And of course, if you're reading the comics, they use that very well as well, especially Skin. So I mean, they're doing things. Definitely, they're trying their best. They're definitely pulling some stuff out of the Walking Dead comics and using it for Fear the Walking Dead. They're trying their best, but it's gonna be interesting going into season 3. How much of a difference, how much of a new, fresh kind of thing going on, moving on to season 3, because we've seen a lot, and we've seen a lot happening on The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead is not a fantastic show by no means. I don't believe it's a fantastic show. I don't think it's the worst show in the world. I do think it's just mediocre at best, but I could see it getting a little bit better, especially at the end of the season finale, and just a lot of the couple episodes picking from season 2 where I was like, yeah, that was actually a pretty good episode. It was well done. Some of the gore effects were great, especially with Nick and his thumbs in the guy's eyes. That was really great, going all the way to the brain. I thought that was really, really great. So a lot of the gore effects are really good in Fear the Walking Dead, but I think what it drags it down is somewhat of the characters, the dialogue, and the situations they're put in, and it's just overall sometimes boring. But season 2 is a lot better than season 1, but that's not saying too much. But I give kudos to the people at helm for Fear the Walking Dead, not because this is not like The Walking Dead. This is different, and it's good. It's good that it's different. But if you're gonna be different, hopefully you bring your A game and you bring something to the table. And I think Fear the Walking Dead is barely bringing the appetizers, and we've been sitting here and we've been waiting for dinner. So we'll see. Thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Making Dennis' son. That was Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Or did you think it was horrible, the season finale? Let me know. We'll love to hear you guys' thoughts down below, and I will reply as soon as possible. I'm Dan Making Dennis' son. You can always find more Fear the Walking Dead reviews on my channel. You can find Walking Dead reviews on here, comic issues reviews. I love me some Walking Dead, so we're going to talk more Walking Dead. I'm Dan Making Dennis' son. See you in October 23rd. Negan says. What does Negan say? I don't fucking know. But fuck it. See you later, fuckers. That's what Negan says, I guess. Yeah, you can say that. Bye.